What's up, everybody, and welcome back to I Still Love Car Audio and Car Audio Tech Stuff. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about my top 5 old school 6.5-inch component speakers. Coming in strong at number 5 are Alpine's Type R component speakers. Alpine's acclaimed Type R component systems are a heady brew of high-quality ingredients designed to deliver smooth, powerful sound in your car audio system. With a frequency response of 35 to 30,000 Hz and power handling of 2 to 70 watts RMS, 350 watts peak power, and a sensitivity of 87 dB, these components sound sweet. I've never owned a pair myself, but I have installed them and kind of made me wish I did. Coming in at number 4 are the Infinity Kappa 60.2 CS. With a ceramic composite tweeter, IMQ2 polycone, butyl surround, 3-year warranty, 89 dB sensitivity, 50 to 21,000 Hz frequency response, and an RMS power rating of 90 watts, 360 watts peak power. These Infinity Kappas are sweet. I know I said the Alpines are sweet, but because these are number 4, you know they gotta be sweeter. With an aluminum dome tweeter, they were a little bright, but with the mid bass coming from that woofer, it all balanced out perfectly. I never owned a set of these either, but I did install a bunch, and all of them sounded great. You cannot go wrong with Infinity Kappas. I hate that these are no longer being produced, but the Boston Acoustics Pro 6.5X might be my introduction to component speakers. High quality component speakers. With an aluminum dome tweeter, copolymer cone, butyl rubber surround, 250 watts RMS, 500 watt peak power, 90 dB sensitivity, 50 to 22,000 Hz frequency response, and 3 ohm voice coil, these Boston Acoustic Pros sounded so good. I will say the 3-way set sounded a lot better than the 2-way set, but to keep everything fair, we're just gonna put this 2-way set in at number 3. The sound that came off these speakers was so warm. I don't understand why Boston Acoustic decided to no longer make them for car audio, but they were some of my favorites. At the time I couldn't afford them, but I used to work at a store called The Good Guys, and we sold a lot of them, and these were in our high-end audio room. And when you went in there, you really didn't come out unless you had a pair of these for yourself. So if you're a car audiophile like myself, you know there is absolutely no way I could mention top 5 old school component speakers without mentioning the MB Quart Q line. The QSD216, QSD216. Man, these speakers here. Now, when I thought I knew what good speakers sounded like, I didn't think nothing of MB Quart until this guy showed up at my job when I used to work at The Good Guys back in the day, and we were talking about speakers. I told him what I liked. He told me what he had, asked me if I wanted to hear it. I stepped outside to hear his car and was completely blown away. These are my second all-time favorite speakers. MB Quart's Q-Line QSD 216 6 3/4 inch component speaker system will meet your demands. For more than 30 years, MB Quart has pioneered car audio, designing speakers that create an ideal listening environment in almost any car. The result? MB Quart equipped cars have won more international car hi-fi competitions than any other speaker manufacturer. 6 3/4 inch titanium wet powder coated polypropylene woofer cones with butyl surrounds, 1-inch titanium dome tweeters, a sensitivity of 85.5 dB, power handling from 90 to 170 watts RMS, and the frequency response of 35 to 32,000 Hz. Man, when I say these speakers sound good, I mean, again, if you're a car audiophile like myself, I don't need to tell you anything. I'm not saying anything new. You know about these MB Quart Q-Line speakers. Might have been the best, well, close to the best in the late 90s. Now, when it comes to talking about the best, it might be these right here. Man, the Diamond Audio S600A or S600S. The A stood for aluminum or S for silk dome tweeters. These are German made or Eton made speakers. If you know about Eton, you know about Diamond Audio. Eton makes some wonderful speakers, and Diamond Audio may have been the best sounding speaker I have ever heard. I mean, I am a Morel fanboy through and through, but these Diamond Audios, man, and I had the pleasure of owning a few sets of these speakers. I had the two-way set, which you see here, but I also made a three-way component for myself with the 6.5, a 4-inch mid-range driver, and aluminum dome tweeters. Man, oh man, I'm not going to talk about the amplifier I was using to run these, but let's just say it was a good quality amplifier. I just don't want to mention it now because we're talking about speakers, but these right here, oh man, these Diamond Audio speakers, I mean, I went to CES back when they used to allow regular consumers into CES, which I don't understand why they don't anymore. But when I went to CES, I got into the Diamond Audio demo vehicle and my mouth just dropped. I mean, I was completely blown away. I heard the MB Court demo vehicle as well, but these, the sound, I mean, as soon as I left CES, the very next day, I started looking for Diamond Audio speakers. I found them. Of course, the price made my jaw drop too. But man, these speakers sound so good. These are much sought after Diamond Audio hex speakers that were made by Eton. These were made in the late 90s, early 2000s. The drivers are 6.25 inch. Many feel that these were the best Diamond Audio speakers ever made, and I just so happen to agree. With a Kevlar Nomex sandwich cone, aluminum dome tweeter, 20 to 170 watts RMS, 4 ohm impedance, 91 sensitivity, and 42 hertz to 24,000 hertz. These speakers, I mean, I can't say enough about them. I don't want to just keep going on and on about them, but if you are an old school car audiophile like me, then you know why these Diamond Audio hexes have to be number one. I mean, MB Court came in at a close number 2. It's a close second, but these Diamond Audio hexes, man. And if you knew how to tune, I mean, every single time when I used to do demos, every single time somebody would get in my car, they were like, wow, what kind of speakers are those? Told them Diamond Audio. Many had never heard of them. I can't blame them because I didn't hear of them myself until I went to CES. But man, once I had Diamond, and then I started letting other friends and other car club members hear Diamond, the whole club was outfitted with Diamond Audio speakers. That's how sweet they are. And if you don't believe me, see if you can find somebody who has some, or just get into another car audio chat forum and just look for Diamond Audio hex speakers. I am certain no one has anything bad to say about them. And if you've got something to say about my top 5 list of old school 6.5 inch component speakers, please feel free to join the chat, subscribe, like, share the channel, and until next time, stay tuned.